Hello, good morning, student. How are you? I hope you all are happy, healthy, and fine at home. Do you remember what were we discussing yesterday? I think we were discussing about the Hofmann elimination reaction, right? Hofmann elimination reaction means what? In E2 elimination reaction, instead of formation of more substituted alkene is obtained as a major product, we get less substituted formation of the alkene as a major product. Such reaction is known as Hofmann elimination reaction. And with the help of some factor, how do we know whether the following given reaction follows the or predominates Saget's rule, Saget's elimination reaction or Hofmann elimination reaction? Mainly two factors we have learned. Number one is the nature of the living group, and second one is the nature of the base used. By knowing these two, we can easily recognize the given reaction follows what type of the reaction it is. Today, in this way, we have completed as a E2 mechanism, their evidences as well as Saget's rule, its justification, Hofmann elimination reaction, and today we are going to start the second one, that is the even mechanism. What is even mechanism? Give the evidences of the even mechanism are discussed with the suitable example. 5 mark question, either on E2 mechanism or either on a even mechanism, remember, and therefore it is a very important as far as the exam point of view is concerned. And now, what is even mechanism? Just define that one, is already given in the bracket. E1 means elimination, 1 stand for unimolecular. And why it is a unimolecular? Let us consider the one general reaction, how the E2 elimination reaction takes place. Consider the following elimination reaction. Here we are going to take an example, general example. Let us take the example, general example here, CS3, then that is a CH2, then here CS3, and here is a Br. That is one of the general example I am considering over here. Now this is treated with sodium ethoxide. This one is followed as a even mechanism, or sodium ethox solvent used as a ethanol over there, because without the solvent this reaction cannot take place or does not take place, and therefore solvent is required here for this. And now what you are going to get in this case, you are going to get the formation of the product here, CS3 CH double bond, then CS3, one of the major product, another NaO sodium bromide, NaBr, and plus that is ETOH, ethanol. So that type of the other rest of the thing is happening there. Now first of all, tell me what will be the IUPAC name of this compound. The IUPAC name of this compound, if you see this molecule carefully, observe this molecule carefully and give the numbering from the right hand side, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? At 2 position there is a methyl group as well as bromine group is present over there, and therefore the correct IUPAC name of this compound is a 2-bromo 2-methyl. In the straight chain there is a 4 carbon atoms are there, and therefore butane, and there will be a no what we can call it as the carbon-carbon double bond or the triple bond, single bond, that clearly indicate as a. So this is the correct IUPAC name of this compound. Now if you look at this one, I am writing as only one major compound over here. Here the IUPAC name of this compound 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? And now if you see this structure carefully, what do you see over here? At 2 position there is a methyl group as well as carbon-carbon double bond also present at 2 position. Therefore the correct IUPAC name of this compound is a 2-butene 2-methyl. First of all, write down the correct name: 2-methyl 2-butene. Last suffix is a ene, clearly indicate that there is a carbon-carbon double bond, and to indicate that the position of that carbon-carbon double bond. This is a general reaction we have seen, right? And this is the even mechanism we are trying to. And now here first point we are going to learn what is that kinetic of the reaction. First one, kinetic of the reaction. Kinetics of the reaction. And what is the kinetic of the reaction? In the kinetic, what are the point to discuss, particularly when we talking about careful study of this reaction? The rate of reaction is found to be, it depend upon the concentration of the substrate only, and therefore the rate is directly proportional to the concentration of the substrate. And the substrate we are using here CS3 CH2 CH not CH CBr, then CS3 CH3. So this is a substrate directly proportional with that substrate only, and therefore rate is equal to K1 into concentration of this CS3, then CH2, then you can write C here Br, then CS3 twice this one, and where K1 is called as a first order rate constant. So that is the meaning of that K1. Rate of reaction is depend only on the concentration of the first one. Now the second point, what we are going to generally talk about the second point. In the second point we talk about the mechanism, proposed mechanism, right? Now let us look at as the second point will be the mechanism, how we are getting this one. First second point, here B point we can write. B is a mechanism. Now there are this reaction, this mechanism involves 2 steps. Number one, first one here CS3, then CH2, then CS3Br. In the first reaction, what is going to it is a slow reaction rate determining step, that is a E1 reaction. In E1 what is happening? First one is the departure of the leaving group. First takes place departure of the leaving group CS3 CH2, then here CS3. When the leaving group depart, leaving its bonding pair behind, so that this when this bond is broken between C alpha and Br, this bond is broken heterolytically. When bond is broken heterolytically, the sharing, as we know that bond is nothing but as a sharing of 2 electron, and when the heterolytically bond is broken, one of the atom taking its bonding pair along with it and carrying as a negative charge, and therefore bromine taking its bonding pair, and what is left on this carbon atom? This carbon atom has a electron deficient in nature, means it is a positive charge, and this positive charge, the positive charge present on that carbon atom, that species is called as a carbocation, right? That is a carbocation, or we can call it as a carbonium ion. So this is the first step taking place. Here Br minus is there, and now this is a step number first, and here a step number first. And now in the step number second, what is happening in the step number second? Let us take down that example once again. CS3, then one of the hydrogen atom I am writing like this, then C, here a CS3 and CS3, here is a positive charge. Now in the second step will be the first one. What is happening there? In the first step, whatever base we are using, ETO minus will abstract the proton over here, and this proton, there is a formation of the double bond over there, and you are going to get CS3, CH, double bond, CS3, and there is a formation of the alkene over there. And this is a when this even reaction takes place, that follows the Sage's orientation, as we know that this one. In this reaction, the first step involves the formation of the carbocation, and the second step involves the abstraction of that base, the abstraction of C beta hydrogen atom, and there is a formation of the alkene. So these are the two steps involved in this reaction, and we are getting as a formation of the formation of this thing. So here third point we are going to talk about as a transition state. C is a transition state. What type of the transition state is obtained here? Transition, here the intermediate is formed. Transition means here is not forming as a transition, but here is a forming as a intermediate, and it is intermediate is nothing but as a carbocation. It is a short-lived carbocation, intermediate form, and in the second step, first one, and then there is a abstraction of what is happening there? Abstraction of beta hydrogen, and we are getting as a formation of the carbon-carbon double bond over there. So in this way we have got the mechanism of this even mechanism. The carbocation formed in the first step, slow step, may undergo following reactions in the second step. First, number one, when this carbocation is formed in this case, this carbocation may undergo in the following three ways. Number one, in the second step, what is happening? Number one, the combine with a nucleophile. Combine with a nucleophile. What is the nucleophile? When it combine with the nucleophile, that carbocation, then you are going to get as a substitution reaction similar to as a SN1. While studying as a SN1 reaction, we know that in SN1 reaction, in the second step is the first step, and in the first step what is happening? Nucleophile is going to attack on this carbocation, and the resulting product form is called as a nucleophilic substitution reaction similar to as a SN1. Say, as we know that SN1 is a two-step reaction, because in the first step there is a formation of the carbocation, and in the second step there is a attack of nucleophile, and we are resulting compound is obtained as a nucleophilic substitution reaction. So this is one of the thing is happening. Second thing B is rearrange to a more stable carbocation if possible. If the substrate permits, then and then that, and as we know that the stability of order of the carbocation, that is tertiary carbocation is more stable than secondary than the primary carbocation. If you look at in this case, this carbocation is already tertiary carbocation. This carbocation is a tertiary carbocation already. It is a stable one, and therefore there is no possibility of rearrangement. But if it is not there, then and then primary carbocation can be converted into secondary carbocation, then secondary carbocation can be converted into as a tertiary carbocation, and therefore in this way the stability is increased. So this is a second thing is happening in the even mechanism, or what we can call it as a, when the force carbocation is formed, that carbocation there is a possibility it can attack in the second step, first step nucleophile can attack, and the resulting compound is formed as a substitution. Second possibility, rearrangement of the reaction, because as we know that the stability of the carbocation tertiary is more stable than secondary than the primary, and therefore rearrangement we are getting as a stable one. And the last one, third one, that is a elimination of beta hydrogen to form an alkene by even reaction. So this is a third possibility we are getting over there, and we are getting as a formation of the product, right? Now these are the three possibilities when the carbocation is formed. These are the three possibilities are occurring in this reaction, right? So when the carbocation is formed, that can combine with the electrophile like this. Suppose this is the carbocation CS3, then CH2C, CS3, then CS3. Here is a positive charge. It can OET minus can attack on this, and you are going to get as a SN1 reaction CS3, CH2, then CS3, CS3 and OET like this. Substitution reaction. Then rearrangement are possible. And second thing is we know that CS3, CH that beta hydrogen atom, then CS3 positive charge, ETO minus can abstract that proton and form as a double bond over there, that is a by even route, and you are going to get here CS3, CH double bond, CS3 and this CS3. 2-butene. Both these things are happening the first step in SN1 and the SN2 reaction. Since the carbonium ion is a tertiary, it is already stable, and hence chances of rearrangement are less over there. So in this way we have seen the mechanism of the E1. So I think tomorrow we will see the evidences of the E1 mechanism similar to as a E2 mechanism. There we have seen 3 evidences are there, and here for E1 also we are going to see some of the evidences. I think there are the 4 evidences that we will see in the next lecture. Thank you. Have a nice day.